Germany arrived at the 2026 World Cup carrying 4 stars above the badge and the weight of a nation that expects to survive the early rounds. Paraguay arrived with discipline, patience and nothing to lose. One tense draw and one penalty shootout later, the giant was gone. The match finished 1-1 after extra time. Paraguay then won the shootout 4-3. On paper, it was one result in a new round of 32. In reality, it felt like a warning to every traditional power: history no longer buys a safe passage through this tournament. The expanded World Cup was designed to create more opportunity. 48 teams produced 12 groups, more styles, and a brand new knockout round. That extra round matters. A favorite now has one more night when a deflection, a red card, a goalkeeper, or 5 penalties can erase for years of preparation. Germany's problem was not simply bad luck. Paraguay made the match uncomfortable. They protected central spaces, accepted long periods without the ball and waited for Germany's attacks to become predictable. The longer the score stayed close, the more belief moved from the favorite to the underdog. That is the psychology of knockout football. The stronger team begins by trying to win. The outsider begins by trying to remain alive. But every minute at level scores changes the emotional balance. Anxiety enters the favorite. Energy enters the outsider. By extra time, reputation can become a burden. Penalties then remove most of the advantages that made one squad richer, deeper, or more famous. The pitch becomes a walk from the halfway line, a goalkeeper, a ball, and one decision. Paraguay needed composure more than possession, and Germany could not purchase calm with its history. This upset also exposes a deeper change in international football. Information travels everywhere. Smaller nations can study pressing patterns, set pieces, and build up structures with the same video tools used by elite teams. The talent gap still exists, but the knowledge gap is shrinking quickly. Many underdogs also arrive with players trained in Europe's strongest leagues. They understand the speed, physicality, and tactical language of elite football. The badge may say Paraguay, Senegal, Morocco, or Japan, but the individual players are not strangers to Champions League pressure or modern coaching. For the Giants, the schedule creates another danger: rotation. Coaches must protect tired stars while building rhythm in a short tournament. Change too much and the team loses chemistry. Change too little and the legs disappear. An extra knockout round turns squad management into a weekly survival test. Germany's recent tournament history made the pressure even heavier. Early exits create memories inside a team. When a match begins to drift, players are not only fighting the opponent in front of them. They are fighting old headlines, previous failures, and the fear that the same story is returning. Paraguay played the opposite emotional game. Every tackle, save, and surviving minutes strengthened their story. They did not need to look like the better team for 90 minutes. They only needed the match to reach a moment where courage mattered as much as quality. Some critics say the larger tournament weakens the group stage. But the knockout phase offers the answer. More nations reach the point where one great performance can change football history. The price is that famous teams receive less protection and supporters receive more chaos. There is still a difference between producing one upset and winning the World Cup. Depth becomes decisive over several rounds. Injuries accumulate, opponents adapt, and emotion eventually needs tactical quality behind it. Paraguay's victory opened a door, but the tournament will demand another answer immediately. For Germany, the questions are brutal. Was the plan too cautious? Did the team create enough clear chances? Were the penalty takers prepared for the emotional weight? A country with Germany's resources will not accept the word unlucky as a complete explanation. For everyone else, the lesson is simple. The 2026 World Cup is not a museum where old champions are displayed safely. It is a live test of nerve, preparation, and adaptability. The shirt still matters, but only until the whistle begins the next match. Germany's exit may become the defining image of this new format, a giant looking down while an outsider celebrates. If the expanded World Cup continues to produce nights like this, the argument will not be about whether 48 teams are too many. It will be about who is truly safe.